You're a coach. Congratulations! You got your certificate. You are ready to roll up your sleeves and start coaching some people. You are ready to start changing lives. Awesome job. Well, now that you are a coach, you do have your certifications, you know exactly what you want to coach on. Your question is, how do I announce it? What do I do with this? What do I do with all of this stuff, right? And that is such a common question. I've had so many coaches ask that question. So many people wonder, hey, how do I announce it? I don't want to come off as yet another coach, because we really know that the barrier of entry is so low. Anybody can be a coach, but not everybody is a high quality coach. So we kind of have that bit of a hesitation, right? Some people would come to me and say, you know what, Alma, I didn't go to law school all this time to tell people that I'm a coach, right? It's kind of like, oh, I could get, it's easier to become a coach than it is to become a lawyer. I 100% agree with that. However, it is pretty darn hard to be an amazing coach, and that's what I am here for. I'm here to help you announce to the world that you are the one and only coach that your ideal clients need, want, desire in their lives. So how do we do this? Here's one thing. I have learned after being in the coaching industry, being official in the coaching industry since 2016, I have learned a few things along the line of this journey. And one of those things is that, let me tell you, no one except for us coaches wants coaching. No one wants coaching. Most people dislike the process. Most people find it uncomfortable. So I want to make sure that when you go out there and announce it, you do it the right way. So another thing that I have learned along this journey of coaching, teaching, training is that anytime we have more than 3 steps to anything, the brain says, oh, way too much work. I do not want to deal with that, right? So I usually break things down into 3 simple steps, but today I wanted to cut it down by 1 step, make it even easier. And today, this announcement to the world is a 2-step process. Super easy. Ready? Come on in and let's dive in. The very first step, the very first thing that you have to absolutely must do is position yourself as the expert. What's the first step? Position yourself as the expert. Okay, so you are not the expert at coaching. You may be a phenomenal coach, but that is not your expertise. Coaching is a tool. Coaching is a resource. Somebody who uses a shovel may be amazing at it, but that is not what they say to the world. It's like, oh, what do you do? Let's say we have a gardener, a master gardener. What do you do? I use an amazing shovel. They don't really know what to do with that answer, right? So coaching is a tool. Please remember that. We never ever want to start with, I'm a coach. Oh, I'm coaching. No, we don't do that. What we do, what we position ourselves as experts in, is the topic that we are coaching on, the reason we went into coaching. So for you, why is it that you are coaching, right? I go into depth on this topic in my other video that's called Riches in the Niches, baby. But today, so please do watch that if you haven't already. But we really want to make sure that coaching is never used as the very first part of the sentence. So, and I'll tell you why. When I first started coaching, I went into coaching to help other moms lose 40 pounds or more in under 90 days. Okay? So when I became a coach, and I spent a lot of money just like you and a lot of time just like you earning my certificate, when people would ask me, hey, Alma, I heard you're not going back to accounting, you are going back to work, because I stayed at home for almost 2 years after Ella was born, my daughter. what are you doing now? I heard you're going back to work, but what are you doing now? And I would say, oh, I'm a coach now. And people would get confused, right? They would say, well, coach what? Basketball? What do you coach, right? And I would say, oh no, I'm coaching. I'm coaching moms on losing 40 pounds in 90 days. And they're like, okay, so you're a nutritionist? No. You're a nurse? No. Are you a personal trainer? No. Well, what are you? And I would lose people. Some people would be turned off and say, oh gosh, not a coach. And other people would be confused, right? So we don't want to confuse people, because a confused mind always says no, right? When you confuse, you lose. So we want to start it off right? So you have to know what you're an expert at. Okay, and this is why I do what I do today. So when had I said at the very beginning, when people would say, hey Alma, I heard you're going back to work, what are you doing? And if I said, hey, I'm helping other moms lose 40 pounds in less than 90 days, people who know me, those people who are asking me that question, they know that that's what I did. That's the experience that I had after giving birth to Ella, because I truly wanted to be the best role model I could be. I always said, I know she's going to have role models, so it might as well be me. I don't want her to look past me and look at someone else. So I wanted to be healthy, I wanted to be energetic, I wanted to be vibrant, I wanted to be a badass so that she can have someone to look up to in that area. So those people who know that about me, they would say, oh yeah, you just did that. Of course you're going to do that. Of course you're going to help other moms do the same thing. See how easy that transition is? And then some people might say, oh, well, how do you do it? And what do you do? And then I would say, wow, this is the greatest thing. You can have all the resources you want. You can, there's no shortage of books. There's no shortage of apps. But, most people don't believe that they can lose the weight. So I'm here to help them do that. So it's it's very conversational, right? Because I did not scare them off. I connected with them. So if you don't know, or if you, of course you do know, but if you haven't quite put it into words, what you do and how you do it, please do watch the other video, the Riches and the Niches Baby video, because that's where I go into what you do, who you do it with or for, how you do it, and why you do it, right? Because why is so important. When people, had I answered it the right way, people would know exactly why I do it, right? Because I went through it myself. I know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So that is the one thing. So please put down what you're an expert at and start off that way. Make sense? So what's step one? Position yourself as the expert on the topic, right? I help X people reach X goal, right? We really need to have that. The second step is now announcing it, right? Now that we know what people you help with what, now we have to announce it. So I have seen so many people say, hey, opening up my coaching practice, or just kind of start with some mediocre or aggressive language when they post stuff on Facebook. And I find that off-putting. So what I believe you want to do is simply say, hey, let's say Facebook, it doesn't matter whether you're doing this in person or on social media, some social media platform, wherever your ideal clients are, or in print, or the local gym or the playground, wherever you're doing this, when you are announcing it, you are going to say, hey, friends and family, as you know, I'm going to use my example. As you know, I lost 40 pounds in 90 days by following a specific program that I gathered from all the different programs, and now I am healthier and feeling better than I could ever imagine feeling. And as a result, now that it's time to go back to work, as a result, I'm helping other moms get the same results. If you know of any moms who are looking to lose 40 pounds or more in the next 90 days, please help us connect as I build my coaching practice, right? So I threw the coaching in at the very end. So now they know that I'm coaching, but I did not put it anywhere else. Does that make sense? Please share in the comments if that makes sense, or if you have any questions about that, and I will happily elaborate on it. So now we know exactly who you help with what, and now we are ready to announce it in a non-threatening, rather conversational way. Some people who are not moms, right, or not looking to lose 40 pounds are like, okay, good for you, girl, right? And other people are going to say, oh, I do need to know about that. And or people would say, you know what, I may not be a mom, or I may not have to lose 40 pounds, but I do want to get rid of 20 pounds, or I want to feel more energy, or I want to eat better. Can you help me? Right? It happens all the time. So the more specific you are, the more welcoming you are to all the people, right? A lot of coaches, and I go into this with all of my coaches' clients, so many of us coaches, we want to help everyone, right? We want, because we're modeling people like Tony Robbins, we're modeling people like Mel Robbins. We want to help everyone. Those people also had to start somewhere. One thing that I always see, this is my previous self included, is that coaches would say, I'm a mindset coach, or I'm a transformational mindset coach. I had that on my bio on Facebook, so please don't, if you're doing that, I am not poking you. I did this. That is great. I actually worked for the biggest name in the industry, the man who invented coaching, and I could call myself, because I was on the shoulders of that giant, right? I could call myself when I worked for his company, because he had developed such a huge following that it was okay to be a mindset coach on his shoulders. But when you're out there on your own, mindset coaching means nothing. So please do not make the mistake and call yourself a mindset coach. You have to position yourself as the expert on the topic you're coaching on. So whatever that is for you. For me now, after having worked in the industry for, at this point, over 6 years, I help new coaches earn 6 figures in under 6 months without having to waste all of that time and money like I did, right? That is what I do. So now if somebody says, well, how do you do that? I would say, well, I have a coaching and marketing agency. So we have a conversation going, right? And when you do it that way, when you position yourself as the expert with confidence, first of all, you're going to feel confident, and other people are going to feel your confidence. Then when you do that with confidence, people are going to engage in a conversation with you. So, 2-step process. What is the very first one? Position yourself as the expert. And the second one, post it, announce that in a format of a story, right? Just one more point on that. Had I done it the right way the very first time, I would have spent less time selling and more time serving my clients. So had I done it the right way, I would have said, hey everyone, hey friends and family, as you know, I have been on this journey to lose 40 pounds in 90 days so that I could be the best role model that Ella could ever ask for. And I have achieved that goal. And now as I step into my second career, because coaching is always a second career for all of us, for most of us actually, now that I'm stepping into this, I'm helping other moms achieve the same goals, because I know their obstacles, I know their challenges that they're facing. And then I would say, if you know of any moms who are looking to achieve this goal, please help us connect. And I would put a picture of me and Ella, right, running around or being happy and joyful, and it would have been a game changer. So please do that, and in the comments share with me what you got from this video. Even if you disagree with some of the points, I will happily receive those as well. And if you have any questions, I want to elaborate on things, and I want to serve you to the best of my ability. Go out there and roll up your sleeves and coach.